There's a couple things you need to consider when you're doing a do-it-yourself or getting a product like 2x2 cycles, because I've done both, and you want to make sure you look at the touch points. So where the bike is mounted to the bike, because you're going to be putting some force on the bike going down the road at 70-80 miles an hour. And the do-it-yourself projects are great, but you know, if you've got a really nice bike, you want to make sure that it doesn't get scratched. I mean, you got to use your bikes, but it's nice to know that where the bikes are held on to the bike and anchored is safe, secure. You don't want the bike to pendulum. You don't want this. It puts extra stress on the frame, and it looks awful. So I think the best way to describe why I chose the 2x2 is because, I mean, it's just built really smart. When you look at where the crank holds, look at that. It's not even touching the bottom bracket at all, except for the very, very bottom part, right there. And the way the skewer locks in holds that down, because when you crank this tie down, you'll notice that when you crank it, the bike kind of comes up a little bit, but that skewer in the back holds it. You don't need a lot of pressure, you just need a little bit so it doesn't bounce up and down. And I think that's really, really smart, to make sure that even though these bikes are 15, 16, 17 pounds, you want to make sure that the weight is distributed in a manner that, you know, it doesn't flop around or shake, etc. Another reason why I chose this product is because adjustability. This bar will move back and forth depending on how long your crank length is. And with one bolt, I think 13, 15 millimeter bolt, you can change this distance so that if you've got like a rain bike, or I don't know, like a cyclocross bike, whatever you've got, you can always make sure that the crank sits perfectly center and in line without touching any of the touch points, because, you know, I don't like scratches on my stuff. The reason for this cutout right here is because this is an adventure plate, and if you want to carry gear or, you know, Pelican cases, in my case, you can just strap it down and be really, really secure. But initially what happens is the front wheel skewer hangs right here, and this is where your front wheel goes. Again, just a really good thick piece of steel to hold your front wheel solid. But because this distance from here to here is now short, the wheel won't actually fit. So what I did was I put a little notch in here to make sure I put my skewer, front tire skewer, in there. Another reason why I like doing business 2x2 cycles is that the person that created this, whenever you call him, he picks up. And for me, that's accountability and then some. So I can't recommend this product enough. 2x2 cycles, check them out, give them a call. This rack has been on, I don't know, let's see, 1200 RS initially, FJR 1300, and now my V Strom 1000.